Try it now.
Welcome back to Racing Across America for this Wednesday morning. Beautiful day at Saratoga, and we're happy to be joined now by Al Stahl. Good morning, Al.
Glad to be here. Good morning to you.
And I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask you right off the bat. How are you feeling about the start at Saratoga this year?
Yep, excited. We were happy to get here early. Churchill closed early. Saratoga opens early. So we kind of moved our whole schedule up about a week, and maybe that helped the horses get here early and get acclimated.
And you had a couple of horses, and we're going to take a look right now at Twang this past Saturday. A couple of nice winners on the Saturday card, Twang being one of them that came out of a maiden start at Churchill Downs, got a little fitness there and got the job done. Twang, very impressive in a maiden special weight up here again on Saturday. We're going to watch this one win as the number 3 under Joel Rosario. Twang, as I say, pretty nice second-time starter from Claiborne, third in the career debut down at Churchill Downs, wins nicely up here in the second career start, and I understand you're looking at maybe some stakes races a little later on.
Right, he was just your basic 2-year-old that was just about ready to run at the end of Churchill. We figured we'd get a race in him and see how that goes, and knowing that it would move him up his next out, and it was a textbook type deal, and he ran a really good race. And you know, once you win one race, those non-winners are 2 for 2-year-olds. Every once in a while, they used to have them over the years here, but everyone's kind of given up on that, so you go straight to stake races, and you know, we'll figure out where it's going to be, the special, the hopeful, or the Iroquois, or whatever. We're not sure, but he seems like hopefully he's that kind of horse.
But potentially one of the 2 stakes races is on the agenda, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good,
absolutely.
because that was a nice, impressive performance early in the meet. Also wanted to talk about the other maiden winner on Saturday. Base Case Scenario goes out for Klarovich. Klarovich, I've always said, love to win with their 2-year-olds up here at Saratoga, but this one debuted, again, down at Churchill Downs. That was 6 furlongs on the dirt, moved up here to Saratoga, 1.1 miles on the grass. And I have to ask you, is Base Case Scenario turf meant, or is it just that time of year where you think you have a 2-turn horse and turf's really the only way to go?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I think P.J. Wright's the 1.1 in the last book, and he was going to be ready to run sooner than that if he'd had a, I don't know about 1.1, but that's a problem with Saratoga. One of the very few problems there is you go from 7 to 1.1. So he was a bit caught in the middle, but on the turf they run 1.16, and we were just looking for 2 turns. That's all we're looking for. And then with the pedigree, I saw where Pioneer now had that nice winner, Belmont. His first winner ever, I guess, was on the grass, and King Mambo on the bottom. So we were comfortable going in the turf. Plus the way he blew out on the turf was nice. So, but he almost might go back to the dirt somewhere along the line just because.
And I see you're looking at with anticipation later in the meet for him, which is turf. So is that the game plan next time out? But dirt is somewhere in the future potentially?
Right. I mean, it's a graded stake, and I believe it might get you the Breeders' Cup, maybe, you know, that type of thing. But it fits the schedule. So, and it's a 2-turn race, and he should move up dramatically off that race because he needed it mentally and physically, and he should be a much better horse even next time.
Very good. And also another winner earlier in the meet for you in the quick call. Central Banker got it done on the grass at 5.5 furlongs. And again, that was early in the meet. Will we see him later in the meet?
Oh well, he's 3-year-old short races. I mean, we'll nominate him to we'll nominate him to the King's Bishop just to check it out, and his opportunities are a little bit limited. So we're still hunting spots, but we'll just give him every opportunity. We early birded him to the Gallant Bob over at Philadelphia Park for straight 3-year-olds. So we're looking for straight 3-year-olds sprinting, turf or dirt. So he came out of the race fine, and we're looking forward to having a fresh horse for the rest of the fall.
All right, and certainly have to mention Departing, who shows up Saturday night in the West Virginia Derby and down at Mountaineer. We're going to watch the stretch run here of the Illinois Derby. Number 13, Departing, is going to get it done. And we do this show from the studio all winter long, and we have folks via phone weekly, and we're talking to the fairgrounds guys a lot, and we talked a lot about Departing and Sunbeam as well. Departing, very impressive early in the year. And then, you know, a couple of hiccups, I guess, but now off about 2.5 months. How's he coming into the West Virginia Derby, and what are you expecting?
We're expecting a really big effort. We love the way he's training. The Preakness was a hard race on him, and he just wasn't quite ready for that type of race on that type of deep racetrack that everybody struggled over, and they ran a really a ridiculously slow time, and it was certainly not the horse's fault. It was just a very tough surface that day, and it got the best of him. So we let him get over that race, and we shipped him up here, and he's been really fresh and happy, and being a gelding, and we're looking for longevity, and obviously there's no stallion potential. So we thought the West Virginia Derby fit the schedule the best, and we're very happy with him right now. He's come up here for about a month, and he's been training right along.
Yeah, and it looks like, just looking at the past performances for the West Virginia Derby, I think the Asmussen runner between Here and Cool coming out of the Iowa Derby is maybe a little bit of an up-and-comer. Just missed there, overanalyzed from Pletcher and Rapoli, but certainly departing looks very good in the race.
Yeah, no, the spot came up just like we thought, and it's up to the horse now. So we're going to go on down there with some confidence on Saturday.
And I mentioned earlier this year, you had departing down at Fairgrounds, and we talked a lot about him, but also Sunbeam. Sunbeam is doing okay against Louisiana breds.
Well, Sunbeam, we got fired. So
oh, okay.
Sunbeam, the day after Louisiana Derby, he was gone. I guess we were supposed to win the Louisiana Derby with a 20-1 shot Louisiana bred, but the shine of the Star Guitar is all over with, and the horses are gone.
And I was just about to say, Star Guitar certainly was one that was notable for you. 30 starts, 24 wins down there. He was very prominent down there.
Right. That's why everybody was caught off guard by it, because Sunbeam was the same owner, and we were here today and gone tomorrow. So the ink wasn't dry on Star Guitar's Hall of Fame plaque, and they were all gone. So
that's part
okay.
of the game.
Yeah,
though,
it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
It's not the good part of the game, but it is part of the game for everybody.
Yeah, right. It is. It is. Sometimes it makes you scratch your head, but that's okay. We're moving on.
Let me ask you this. I looked up your entrance over the next few days. According to Equibase, you got starters at Saratoga, Louisiana Downs, Arlington, and Mountaineer. How do you keep track of all those horses? And I'm assuming the technology these days makes it easier. Cell phones, and videos, and whatnot, but they're far-flung. How do you keep track?
Well, we don't have a far-flung stable. We just happen to be far-flung for this week. So everything's under control and organized, and we're just going to spot one here and spot one there. It's not like that all the time. This is one of those rare weeks, and I've got good help in Louisiana and good help in Kentucky, and we're going to take care of the Mountaineer race from here. So we feel comfortable and organized. And like I said, if it was like this all the time, I'm not sure if I could handle it, but we'll get through this week, and hopefully we have some luck.
Do you have string normally down in Louisiana Downs?
I do, just because from being from Louisiana, right. I want to stay in touch with Louisiana breeders and the owners, and Louisiana breds are very productive horses to have. Their program it's similar to New York breds. It's very strong, and I feel like if you just get away from it, then you come back at the fairground and say, here I am sending Louisiana breds. It doesn't quite work out that way. So we're just staying in touch with the local breeds and the local breeders and things like that. So we've been doing it for years, and it's been pretty good for us.
Yeah, they do have a very good state bred program. I watch it at the fairgrounds every year. And Mott had the really nice Louisiana bred a few years
turf
ago.
Horse, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
that was a lot of fun to watch as
exactly.
well. You mentioned you're monitoring the Mountaineer race from up here. Departing's been training up here. I know you take one race at a time, but if he comes out of that good race, is the Travers perhaps on the agenda, or Super Derby down in Louisiana, or Pennsylvania Derby?
Right, literally all the above. We just hope he runs the race we know he can run this weekend, and we'll get him back up here, and we'll just see what Travers looks like. He'll do a mile and a quarter. There's Indiana, there's a Super Derby, and then there's Pennsylvania. So those are the logical ones down the road. So, but he's just got to acquit himself from his Preakness race this weekend, and hopefully that works out and we have that dilemma.
But potentially Travers is on the agenda?
Well, we're here, and so we'll just have to see. But like I said, if he runs a huge race, you never know what might happen.
But certainly you had to see the Haskell on Sunday.
We did, exactly.
We
saw the Jim Dandy, too. That's no slouch there.
It's going to be a fun Travers win, lose, or draw there. And Al, got to ask you, looked up some bio information on you. Is this correct? You graduated from college with a degree in geology?
Mm-hmm. Right. Bachelor of Science in Geology from LSU, and worked in oil field for a while.
Oh, did you really? Okay. Was that the game plan? That's why you went into
I did that. And I've been around the track my whole life beforehand, and I was just
because your father was a race official, correct?
He was a chairman of the racing commission.
There you go.
And so, I was around the track forever and worked on the track for Frankie Brothers all those years and summers and things like that. But I went to college like I was supposed to and finished up and all that kind of stuff, and kind of went down that path a little bit. And the oil business got soft in general at that time, and those poor guys I worked with, they lost their jobs, and our company got swallowed up by a big company, and it was fine with me. I just went straight back to the racetrack. I had a place to go, and like I said, the older guys with families and stuff, they didn't know what to do, but I had a place to go to, and I've been here ever since.
Very good. And you're a regular visitor, regular worker up here at Saratoga every year, and how do you enjoy coming up to Saratoga
Love
in the
it. I mean,
summer?
look, I got a little jacket on here at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday morning, and we love it.
Yeah, it is certainly the place to be. It's the center of the racing universe, I always say, at this time of year. And speaking of racing at Saratoga, before we let you go, we have to ask you got Rare Penny in the third today. It is the maiden special weight event. I found the race wide open. I put Perfect Package on top, given the speed that horse. I got your horse right underneath. We had Eric Donovan on before. He likes your horse in here. Rare Penny, who was trying to get on the turf in the career debut down at Churchill Downs, much like the earlier horses we talked about, though, got the first career start down at Churchill, looked like good education. What are you expecting first time on the grass from Rare Penny?
Right. Well, she's trained on the grass a couple times. She's been up here, and she bred for it, and she seemed to like it. So we were disappointed that we didn't get a chance to run there. It was the day when Wise Dan and the horrible weather just hit right there late. That it was a night. It was the last race, matter of fact. So we just led her over there and said, well, we're here, and she trains okay on the dirt. Let's just get her one in her, kind of like those other ones we ran early in the meet. So she's got to run an improved race. Whether it's good enough to win, I don't know. But she's a big, strong filly with a turf pedigree, and her mother won a stake on the grass. So this is what she's supposed to be doing.
All right, you're getting the surface you wanted, so we'll see what happens today with Rare Penny in the third. Al, we certainly appreciate the visit this morning. Good luck on the rest of the meet. As noted, you're off to a red-hot start, so if we can keep this going, it'll be a nice meet. And certainly, good luck this weekend with departing in the West Virginia Derby.
Thank you, Seth. I enjoyed it.
All right, we'll take our next break. When we come back, Cott Campbell, Palace Malice, won the Jim Dandy on Saturday. We'll talk about that and much more. Stay tuned.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice.
Fascinated by the world of horse racing? Interested in honing your handicapping skills? Class is in session. Night school, Monday nights. Easy to access online. It's free, interactive, and informative for the casual and serious race fan. Horse Player Now Buzz. Live horses to watch emailed to you daily. Our eyes, your prize. Night school in the buzz. Visit horseplayernow.com for details.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, CapitalOTB.com is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
Summer at Saratoga, and there's no better place to watch all the racing action than right here on OTB TV. Each morning, the Handicappers Report brings you selections and analysis from our professional handicappers. Then stick around as the biggest names in racing join us live from the backstretch. The top trainers, jockeys,